Hey guys, welcome to FM Driving School. So how can you get your driving test booked or your theory test booked very quickly within a couple of weeks or within a month? You can always check me out at fmdriverschool.co.uk. So this is our site. Go through our resources where we teach you guys how to pass a driving test. But in terms of how to pick your driving test, as you know, because of the coronavirus situation and the lockdown, there's been a mad queue of students wanting to take the driving test, and as well as those students whose test has been cancelled and rearranged. Now it's been rearranged to another slot. So there's so many students waiting to take the driving test. We're just going to give you a few tips in how to find a driving test or theory test a lot more sooner. That way you don't have to wait for the big queue. My first advice is going to book your driving test online, or you can even call them up and start the process. You never know, there might be randomly a slot available within the next 2-3 weeks, within the next month, within the next 2 months, even if you're ready for it, and you might just by pure chance find the slot. So that's my first tip. The next tip I can give you, which is for free, you can do it yourself at home if you got the time and the patience, which is go to your change your driving test appointment. So again, it's on the official site. You might want to book your driving test as we showed you already. It might be 3 months time and you might think it's a bit too far away, but you can book it. They'll give you a reference number, and then with that you can just log in at any time and then change your driving test appointment. So you click here, start now, and I'll be back. Okay, so you can't use the service right now. Anyway, but the point is, when it's up and running, you click here, you go through it, and you put in your login details, and you should be able to see slots available. So, what I mean by that is someone's always changing their driving test or their theory test. They're always cancelling. Maybe they're not ready. Maybe something's come up and they can't do the driving test in that period or at that moment in time. So what you'll do, you'll go to start now, as I said, and you'll see a list of dates available where someone has cancelled their driving test. I would say keep looking quite regularly, keep refreshing the page every 10 minutes. If you've got an hour to spare, just look for a whole hour on it while you're doing your other work, or look every day, in the morning, in the evening, whenever. Someone's always cancelling their driving test, and when they do, the slot's going to appear online, or even you can call them up. It might be a bit longer to call them up, so I'll personally use the internet if you have the facilities. So that's definitely one method that you can use. Keep refreshing, and someone's bound to cancel their driving test, and when they do, you got that slot. So the third method you can use, and I'm just using Google here as I'm on my laptop, but go on your phone, go to the App Store. So if you're using Android or you're using an iPhone, iOS system, whichever, whatever you got on your phone, and type in driving test cancellations. Okay, so then you should notice or see quite a few apps available. So essentially what these apps do, and they're going to essentially do the same thing what we were just talking about, which is find cancellation slots. So they're going to obviously do it automatically. So but with them, they are a paid service, so you might have to pay for it. Always look for the reviewed ones, because you don't want no dodgy app. You want the one that has really good reviews. So read through the reviews, see which app is good for you, and as I said, they will hopefully have certain slots on their app. And the next method I would say is find your local driving instructor, or speak to your instructor if you got one, and ask them if they got any slots. So some instructors, they book the driving test for their students in advance, and sometimes the student doesn't even know it, so they get some slots booked. With those slots, what the driving instructor does is sell it on. So like for a fee, they will charge a student for that slot. And the way it works, as I said, you'll go to your instructor, you'll say, yo, can I get a slot? And they'll have a slot ready. They'll just cancel the student slot who they booked it for, and swap it for you. That's how it works with these instructors. But the downside with that is obviously they're going to charge a fee anywhere between 15 to 20 to 30 pounds. So again, you're going to have to speak to your driving instructor. Myself, I don't do that. I don't have the time to do these kind of things, but there are instructors out there who do it, and maybe they have a family member like their wives who do it for them. So as I said, for an instructor, it's just an added way of getting an income. But for the student, you guys benefit because you get that extra slot, or that slot quicker than you would have had it otherwise. So those are quite a few methods I've given you how to find a driving test or a theory test a lot more sooner than than if you booked it by yourself. So maybe the waiting list is 3 months or even 4 months nowadays. You might cut it down to 2 months, maybe even a month if you're lucky, 2 weeks, even a week, if you're lucky. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe with FM Driving School. You can go to our site fmdrivingschool.co.uk and see all the everything that we talk about. There's so many information that we give you, so many resources to help you pass your driving test, your theory test. It has a perception section, so do check it out, fmdrivingschool.co.uk. And as I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.